Note-taking and abbreviations. Take notes like a pro. Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central. And if you're looking for tips and strategies to help with your learning, you are in the right place. I'm talking about note-taking and abbreviations, as you can tell from the title. A lot of students know that it's important to take notes and they want to take notes, but I hear this all the time. I just don't have time. I can't get the notes down fast enough. Teacher talks too fast, or I have too much text to read and take notes at the same time. Well, I've made other videos and blogs about note-taking and how to make that easier for you. So check those ones out. But this one is about using abbreviations. So let's have a look. When you're taking your notes, consider giving abbreviations or shortcuts a try. And there are many you can use. We're just going to look at a few examples. You can use the beginnings of words. For example, nav for navigate, gov for government, info for information, intro for introduction, or finac for financial. Of course, you can make many more just using the beginnings of words. However, just make sure that you know what you're using and that you will remember them now and for weeks or months when you'll need them later. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that near the end of the video. You can also use the beginnings of words and final letter. For example, international, inter with L, department, DEPT, limited, LTD, or weight, WT. And I put beside limited that can be used beyond the obvious. This stands for some of the symbols and other short forms or abbreviations as well. So we often think of limited, LTD, as a company, a limited company. But you can use it in any way that the word is used. So in its verb form, in any way, something is limited by something else, you can use LTD. There are many symbols you can use, and think of math symbols. Some of those are here. You can use many of the math symbols, but here we have the number sign, or it's hashtag. A lot of people know that as hashtag, but it can be used as number, less than or greater than. I just put one sign there. Not just for math. The and sign, therefore, 3 dots. There's the male symbol for men or man. You can use that for any of those. And same with female, women, or woman. You can use the symbol rather than writing out the whole word. And of course, there's lots of other symbols you can use. The equal sign, approximately sign that you use in math that you can also use in text as long as you know what those symbols mean. And here are some very common note-taking abbreviations you probably know and have used some of these yourself. So e.g. for example, i.e. in other words, etc. and so on, etc. is what it's short form for. Capital B slash lowercase c for because, capital B slash the number 4 for before, gen for generally. So you can see that there are lots of ways of abbreviating your notes, and that means you'll be able to write them much more quickly and still have meaning within your notes, and that's important. Always make sure you have meaning and that you will be able to comprehend them. Of course, many of you are familiar with texting abbreviations. If you're using your smartphone or your cell phone, a lot of people text these days. You can use some of those in your notes. IMO for in my opinion, IRL for in real life, OTOH for on the other hand, and TBD, to be decided. And there are many, many more. You probably know more than I do. I don't text. But you can use those in your notes, again, as long as you know the meaning and will remember the meaning when you need to review your notes. Just a few more points, and I've covered them a little bit throughout. I keep repeating it over and over again. Use symbols or abbreviations you know well. This is so important because you need to be able to read your notes weeks or even months, maybe even longer, later, so you have to remember them. If you are using new symbols or abbreviations or you haven't really used them before, make a legend if you're not confident. This is a good idea for new courses that might have uncommon terms as well. So you might be used to using abbreviations for many courses that you took before. Now you're taking something new like a science and you're mostly in humanities. And so you're not used to some of the terms. You might make a legend in the front of your book or at the back, or somewhere where it's easily accessible so that you can just look at it. It's like a key or a legend on a map, and you can look at the symbols and the definitions beside them. And that way you write them down once, but then you can use the short forms throughout your notes. And if you do happen to forget, you have a legend right at the front of your book or at the back that you can access very easily and say, oh yes, now I remember that's what I meant by that short form or that abbreviation. Don't use these shortcuts for formal academic writing. So I have seen papers, essays that students are getting ready to hand in, or they give me a finished writing document that they've done, and it has the letter U for YOU or some other texting short form that they're so used to using every day, and it's in their formal writing. It's not acceptable in formal writing. There are a few exceptions in which abbreviations are acceptable. For example, if you were writing about a business, we talked about the capital LTD period for limited, that is acceptable. And there are some others, but most of those shortcuts and abbreviations are only for your notes, and they aren't meant for the finished essay or finished speech or finished book report, etc. You want to use them only in your notes and write out the terms fully in your formal writing. Well, there you have it, just a few comments on note-taking and abbreviations. You might think this won't help very much, that there's still far too many notes to take, but I promise you that if you start using as many as you can, use them sparingly at first if you're not used to using abbreviations, but you can add more and more as you progress and you get used to using the shortcuts or short forms. Some people used to use shorthand. I don't personally know shorthand. I didn't learn it myself. If you happen to know it, that's a great way too. But otherwise, use these short forms and abbreviations to help you speed up your note taking, but always make sure that you're able to comprehend them. It's important that your notes have meaning and that they make sense. Whether you're using long form or short form, they have to make sense. So good luck with that. Let me know how you make out. You can also let me know what abbreviations and short forms you use for taking notes. There's lots more. I mentioned some more in the blog. I'll put a link to the blog below, and you can check that out. I've talked about arrows for increasing and decreasing, etc. And there's an example or two there as well. So you might want to check out the blog. I'll put a link to the website below as well. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like the video. I hope you do, because that really helps. It helps to push the video up on the statistics. And also, if you subscribe, I put the subscribe button there for you to see, and click on the notification bell as well. That will let you know when there are new videos being posted on learning tips and strategies, all about education and learning. So it's very important, and you can really help out by clicking on those buttons. I've actually put the website and my email on this slide as well. If you want to get in touch, you can always email me or check out the website and get in touch with me from there. Check out the online courses there as well. It's Ron Johnson from L.T.L Tutoring Central. Have a great day. Enjoy your learning, enjoy your note taking, and try using some abbreviations. I think you'll like it. Bye-bye for now.